KOMU 8 News starts now.
With Election Day just 2 days away, all eyes are on the Missouri Senate race between Democratic incumbent Claire McCaskill and her Republican challenger, Missouri AG Josh Hawley. Good evening, everyone. I'm Emily Spain.
I'm Eric Graves. Thanks for joining us. KOMU 8's Jacob Cavallini is in the studio to tell us what experts say the national attention to this race means.
Well, big names in politics have come to Missouri in the last week to lend their support to Claire McCaskill and Josh Hawley. McCaskill is one of 10 Democratic incumbents running for re-election in states President Trump won 2 years ago. And with Trump campaigning heavily for Hawley, Republicans hope they can flip the Senate seat.
He's a good man. He'll be a star.
My name is Joe Biden, and I work for Claire McCaskill.
Hire Josh Hawley to be your next United States Senator.
President Donald Trump, former Vice President Joe Biden, and Vice President Mike Pence, all coming to Missouri in the past week to stump for the candidates in the Senate race.
It just confirms what we think, that the race is very tight, that both parties calculate that putting in a little extra time and a little more effort may turn out the votes they need to win.
Charlie Cook, the editor of the nationally known Cook Political Report, says it's a toss-up.
It's one of the closest around, and I would put, of the 26 Democratic Senate seats up this year, I'd say Missouri is one of the three most vulnerable out there.
Hawley closely aligning himself with Trump, who won Missouri in 2016 by nearly 19 points.
Isn't it an incredible honor to have President Donald Trump in Missouri?
But McCaskill says Hawley disagrees with nothing the president has done.
I don't think he wants to say anything different than the president because he's worried what happens if he says anything different than the president.
Hawley telling reporters his test will be what is good for the people of Missouri.
And if it is good for the people of the state, I'm going to be for it. They voted for this president by 20 points. They support his policies, and so do I.
Hawley calling McCaskill a party line liberal.
She does not represent the people of Missouri. She does not accept what the people said in 2016. She has simply not voted with this state anymore.
But McCaskill counters by saying she's a moderate.
I worked and listened to others. I didn't just take the party line. So I think this is really a test as to whether or not you want somebody who's going to be a party line voter or somebody who's willing to stand up for their party or the president if it's not right for Missouri.
A race that could determine which party controls the U.S. Senate.
I guess if you put a gun at my head, I'd probably put a small finger on the scale for Hawley, but it's going to be a close race and could go either way.
You know, I would guess McCaskill, but I think it really is as tight as everybody is behaving. I suspect most of the surveys are probably underestimating the Democratic vote by a couple of points. Just because it's an odd year.
Thank you for joining us.
With all eyes on Missouri. Now, the latest Real Clear Politics polling average shows that this race is tied at 46 percentage points. Hawley will be in Springfield, Jefferson City, Blue Springs, and St. Louis tomorrow before President Trump holds another rally in support of him in Cape Girardeau. McCaskill's Facebook page says she will be in St. Louis, Springfield, and Columbia tomorrow. In the studio, Jacob Cavallini, KOMU 8 News.